click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing. Search for them on Facebook. The historic Lancaster Motel for the ultimate Eastern trail riding adventure. Crane's Snowmobile Museum at 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. And lastly, if you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. Now, I have a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time hanging out with us on the podcast tonight, I hope you have a good time with us, and I hope you decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be here waiting for you with another fun-filled episode. Now, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we really, really appreciate that. Let's take a few quick comments. We'll bring our friends on, and we will get this party started. We do have comments aplenty coming in. Here we go. Mike Whiteside says, happy January 23rd. Well, happy to you as well. Cool deal. Our good friend Dave Lowry is here coming in loud and clear. He says, hello from Alberta, Canada. Repeat viewer. Glad to have you here, David. Ivan Mayo is here saying loud and clear from Sudbury, Ontario, regular viewer. Nice to see you, Ivan. Our good friend Tim Bewick is here saying hello, everyone, from Marlborough, New York. Nice to see you. Our good friend Eric at the Benedim YouTube channel is here. That is one of the places where this podcast simulcasts out to. I know it's a mouthful, but that's the situation. He's saying loud and clear from Camden, New York. Nice to see you. Also, Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers is here saying good evening, everyone, looking and sounding good from Central New York. I've got to give a quick plug to them because Ben and I do the Vintage Mini Bike Lovers podcast the second Sunday of every month right here on this channel. So wherever you're viewing this and you like those vintage mini bikes from the 60s and 70s, you do not want to miss that. Second Sunday of every month, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Our good friend John Spranger Jr. is here from Elin, Wisconsin. He's saying no snow right now. That's a bummer. But nice to see you, John. John's a great friend. Stix9 is here saying loud and clear from Howards Grove, Wisconsin. Nice to see you. Todd McMillan is here from Madoc, Ontario, Canada. Nice to see you. Mad Dog is here. Randy from Wisconsin, he says, checking in. Good evening to all, longtime viewer. Nice to see you. Jim Holbrook is here, regular viewer from Vermont. Nice to see you. Hope to see him at some of the shows in the upcoming weekends. We'll be talking about those shows a little later. Good friend Andrew Strakos is here saying, yes, hello from Granville, New York. Nice to see you. Jim Jensen is here from Minnesota. Nice to see you. Alan Jakubczak. I'm sure I'm butchering that, and I apologize, but he's here from Buffalo, New York. First-time viewer. Very nice to see you. I hope you have a good time with us tonight, enough that you'd want to join us here each and every Wednesday night. Also, Steve Woodward is here with some thumbs up. Nice to see you. One more, and then we'll bring our friends on. Midnight Rider is here, loud and clear from Northwest Minnesota. Proud regular viewer. We appreciate that. All righty, let's switch gears here, bring our friends on. And, I've got to remove that comment. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Great. Good.
Good, Mike.
Good deal.
Good evening, everybody. Jeff?
Yep. Trying to stay warm here in Wisconsin. We've been doing a little bit of the 30 to 40 below wind chill factors, but we're coming through it. Got a few counties open now with trail riding. Vilas County and Iron County are open, so Not much, but
Yeah.
at least the guys can get some in. The best trail riding I've heard is still in the UP of Michigan, through by Twin Lakes, Houghton, Munising is what the reports have been coming in on the snow tracks.
Nice. It's true. I've heard that parts of Michigan have tons of snow right now. That is wonderful.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
In
lake
fact,
effect kicks in, and Lake Superior gives them a little snow. So
nice. In
Yeah.
fact, I was messaging with our mutual friend Claude today, Midge, and he said there's tons of snow out there.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
And for those who are just joining us, Jeff is a very active promoter of the vintage snowmobile hobby out in Wisconsin. We're going to be talking about some of his events and things he's involved with here in a moment. And also our good friend Midge Rosebrook is the founder of the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. He is filling in for our good friend Rob Hilditch, who was unfortunately not able to make it this week. Hopefully we'll have him back here next week and riding high in the saddle and joining in the fun. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming on. I'm going to pop the agenda on the screen here. So just like it says, Jeff Wesner is here to discuss the recent Cruisers Snowfest Show that happened just a couple of weeks ago on the 17th, or last weekend, I think, in Arbor Vitae, Wisconsin. What can you tell us about that, Jeff?
It's put on by a club. It's the Cross Country Cruisers is a large club north of Minocqua in Arbor Vitae, Wisconsin. And, of course, it's one of their fundraisers for their groomers and stuff like that. They actually didn't spin a wheel last year. We didn't have any snow in the state of Wisconsin that was really rideable. So they had put this together. They started a vintage show last year, had a good turnout, and I try to attend as many vintage shows as I possibly can in the state of Wisconsin. This year they came back, did a larger area and group, and they had basket raffles and everything like that. Well, that's just a good fundraiser for the cross-country cruisers in northern Wisconsin.
Nice. And before we look at some video clips from that event, Midge, do you want to tell us just a quick nutshell of what the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame is about?
Yeah. Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame began in 2017. We have about 40 some odd inductees now on the wall. And we're going to have another one in September. Mike has been on board with us since 2018. He does our camera work for us, and along with Greg Allen. And we've got people from New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts on the wall here at Crane Snowmobile Museum in Lancaster.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a good moment for a quick shameless plug for Crane Snowmobile Museum. It's an excellent museum. But yes, please continue your thought.
Yeah, the museum is going to have a show here on coming up February 1st, Saturday, February 1st. And if you come, you'll be able to walk through the museum and check out all the sleds. He's got probably 150 sleds in there right now. And you can check out the Hall of Fame, and it's all free.
Yeah, and that's next weekend, next Saturday.
In the show outside, and Mike will be there, and I'll be there.
Definitely.
It's great that you guys have finally, have put something together to recognize the racers over the years. I mean,
yeah,
the same thing happened up here in Wisconsin, and we actually have two right now, but it's just unbelievable how much work goes into it and how much recognition is really needed for some of these guys that, have gone on. And just like,
they're the pioneers of the sport.
Right.
Those are the guys that began, those are the guys that started it all,
Right. Yep.
Back in the 60s and 70s. And I mean,
it's like I said, it's great. It's great to see that you got volunteers and that you guys have come together. And if you ever make the trip out this way, you got to check out the one in St. Germain, Wisconsin. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Paul Crane is actually in the International Snowmobile Hall of Fame in Eagle River.
Okay.
He was inducted in 2015. He was the first American to ride the Bombardier Skidoo.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll have more on that event, that crane show event that's coming up a little later in the podcast. But let's take a look at a video clip we've got of Jeff's event that he's talking about, the Cruisers Snowfest. We've got a number of different video clips. This first one is still images taken from a drone. So I put the still images into a little montage, a little music under it. Let's take a look. So yeah, we've been looking at, let me get my shot back. Here we go. We've been looking at video clips, or a video clip from the Cruisers Snowfest Show. And Jeff is involved with that. Any comments on what we've been just looking at there, Jeff?
Well, there was about 120 sleds, really well represented. The Polaris, as you saw on the podcast a couple weeks ago, he had 4 of them there. Very immaculate Polaris TXs for sure. We had the Double Eagle. The Skidoo Double Eagle was brought in.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And there was also a toboggan style, and I don't know if I got any pictures of that through the other part of it, but very well represented. And I think that the People's Choice was actually Mike Trapp's 1971 Yamaha 650 or whatever he ran against Van Duhamel. That's what took People's Choice. And actually, Mike was there all day talking to people and answering questions and things like that. And the sled's owned by Mike Koch, and they actually pulled it out of the Hall of Fame to bring it there. But there's so many other. There was a Ward's sled there that whoever restored it really took the time to do a great job, and he won overall show. But it's hard to pick something out of all these sleds that are showing up at these vintage shows now. I mean, they're just beautifully redone.
Yeah.
And they had classes or set up in that field by restored and unrestored by years. So, I mean, you could go down and look at them, by years and see what was there. But it was very interesting. Tin cap Skidoos, there must have been 4 or 5 of them. I mean, you don't see that. I mean, somebody's got to take the pride and joy to bring those out to, to show them. And then the hard part is to judge them. Oh my gosh, it's
tough.
It's quite a chore. I mean, you feel bad, but what do? You
got to get right down on your belly and look at the belly pans and look at you got to find something.
Yeah, well, the unrestored actually it might be a little harder because somebody might have changed the skis or done a little painting on it or whatever, and where do you draw the line? I always say the hardest judging is the race sleds because every race sled is perfectly made for the person who's racing it and the class it raced in. Now, there's a lot of clones out there, and you got to pick them out. And it's sad because somebody spent a lot of time to make a clone. But it's not a race.
That's what mine is.
To me, it's got to be raced. It's got to be raced if it's a race in the race category.
Yeah.
Sure. Now we've got a comment that's come in. We're going to take a look at that, and we're going to continue with another video clip. We've got hello from Walden, New York, Ken and Yana, and I had the privilege of meeting them not too long ago. Let me pop it on the screen here. I think this is it here. So Ken and Yana are the couple in the back, and then on the right is Stacy and Art Fosler. and then Carlene and myself on the left there. And we had, I think it was in October or so, we got together and had a wonderful lunch together. Really nice to meet all of them. So I wanted to give them a quick shout out since they're viewing tonight. Yeah, good times. So we've been talking about the Cruisers Snowfest Show that happened last weekend. I've got another video clip from that. Let's take a look here, and then we'll react to it on the other side. So yeah, we've just been looking at images from the Cruisers Snowfest Show that took place last weekend. Reactions to that, Midge?
Oh, gorgeous stuff. I don't know if I've ever seen a show with so many beautiful, clean sleds as that.
Yes.
I mean, if they had some unrestored sleds there, you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful
the unrestored are mixed in. They're separated by those signs that you see there. But even the pictures of that toboggan, that's just unbelievable. And that guy rode that thing in.
Yeah,
he rode it in. Wow,
he rode it in. It's got an Indian motor in it, and he rode it in.
That's a big machine.
Then that twin engine double eagle is there too.
Yep, the double eagle was brought in. There's a guy that he also has a couple other famous skidoos in the area that he brought in. So
wow. Now, did he ever start that up?
Oh yeah, he had it running. Took a little bit of pulling on that front motor there. You can see the pull handles right there behind the cowling, where the cowling's off there. You can just see a little T handle sticking out there.
Yeah.
And actually, the guy sits down in front and pulls on it to start it. And I was saying, boy, I don't know. You're trying to start that thing. If it throttle sticks, he's going to drive right over the top of them. So
he'd be the first to know it.
Yeah, but he had it running. He actually drove it around, and they had a short trail ride. I think they had like 10 or 12 go on the trail ride that day after the show was over. So, but it was a chilly morning. It was probably like when we started 10 below and warmed up probably to 3 or 4 above maybe.
Wow.
That small Skidoo tin cab in the back there, that's a home built deal. I've seen 3 or 4 of those in all the shows I've gone to. I don't know who builds them or where they come out of, but they're a miniature size. You can barely sit on it even.
Wow.
Pretty clever.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple of comments that have come in. Let's see what we've got here. Find my place. Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. Reese Fleury is here saying good evening to everyone. Nice to see you, Reese. Good friend of ours and regular viewer. Our good friend Mike Whiteside is here saying sweet. And then our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler saying some really nice sleds. Nice to see everyone in here. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started too, folks, by the way. Let me remove this and get the shot set back up. We're going to look at some more clips from that show, but first we've got to do AMSOIL and some announcements. And unfortunately, Rob's not here. Nobody does AMSOIL like Rob, but we're sure going to try. And Midge, I know, had a testimonial he was going to give about some of the AMSOIL products he's been using.
Yeah. This product right here, Dominator, is what I run in my Polaris. I have a 440 clone of a 1975 Polaris Snow Pro sled. That's the photo right there. And I run this stuff in that and have good luck with it. And this stuff here is great for it's similar to WD-40, only better. And this stuff here is really, really, really good for washing cars without water. Now, I had a 1933 International 1.5-ton truck. Here's a picture of it. And I always washed it with this Miracle Wash so that you wouldn't get water inside the cab, because the windows would leak and things like that, and on these old vehicles. And this stuff here, you just spray it on and you wipe it off, and then take another dry rag and wipe it off, and the thing, it polishes it. There's no swirl marks. It's incredible. You can wash vehicles without water. So that's just a couple of things that I've got that I've always used from AMSOIL. Had real good luck with it.
Yeah, and that Miracle Wash, too, is real good if you show up at a snowmobile show and want to touch up your sled.
Yeah, I do my snowmobile with it.
Snowmobiles, car shows. The only thing, if you're doing that with a snowmobile show, you want to keep it in the vehicle warm, because if that stuff even starts to get close to freezing, it's not as good.
Yeah.
It starts to separate. But as long as you keep that can warm, you're in business.
Yeah. No, it works good. Because if I wash my sled, I'll do it in the garage where it's a little warmer. And that. But it's pretty tough to wash a snowmobile in the wintertime with water anyway.
Definitely. And then, of course, AMSOIL has a promotion going right now. They get these telescoping wands, parts wand. If you do a $100 order, you're going to get a free wand. And you'll use the promo code that's shown on the screen here. Free wand is the promo code. It's good until January the 28th. And if you sign up as a preferred customer using my referral code, which is in the description, there's a link in the description also, I'll get a small commission out of that. That's how we support our habit here at the podcast.
Mike and I got a couple of these from Rob a couple of years ago, hoodies.
Yes.
They're very nice. Very nice. Rob, it was very nice of him to do that for us. And
it sure was.
Very generous guy.
Definitely, yeah. Rob is an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And we hope to have him back in the saddle here next week to join us. And then we've got a couple of other quick things to talk about. Of course, right in your neighborhood there, Midge, we've got the Crane Snowmobile Show next, not this weekend, but next weekend, February the 1st.
Yeah.
Right there at Crane Snowmobile Museum on Main Street.
It's one of the larger sled shows in the North Country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Larger and one of the better ones, too.
Yeah.
There's some really
good
you
not only see the antique sleds, the vintage sleds outside that people bring in, but you get to see all the sleds that Paul Crane has inside his museum.
Yes.
And
in fact, let me pop a graphic for Paul Crane's Snowmobile Museum one more time. We're going to take a look at the show from last year, too, in just a moment. But go ahead, Midge. Any more on the Crane show?
Well, yeah, just it's a great show. Bring your sled if you have one. It starts at 8 o'clock and goes till about 2. And he passes out beautiful trophies. I got to tell you, Mike can attest, there's a lot of wood in them. Very, very nice trophies. They're not little cheapy, tin trophies. These are really nice trophies. So
Definitely.
Paul always, and he doesn't charge anything for admission. It's just crazy. He just does this, for donations only. So
Yes. And if you do show up for this show, please be generous. They've got a donation jar. And, of course, they've got a little corner of the museum has a kitchen in there. And they've got hot dogs and chili and things like that. And be sure to patronize them.
Pizza, I think, too.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And then a couple other quick shows to talk about this coming weekend, Newport Center, Vermont, just down the road from me. We're going to have a vintage snowmobile show. This, of course, is put on by the Country Riders Snowmobile Club and the Tatro family. All of the details are on the screen, including a phone number. If you have questions of any kind, just call Robert Tatro, and he will be happy to help you out with that. That's a great show as well. They've got food, and they have a bonfire, something for all ages. And then, of course, there's another show this weekend in upstate New York. It is in, I'm having a hard time reading this. No, West Monroe, New York. Okay. Yes, some good friends of ours are putting that on. Rich Shad gave me this image, but Ben Thomas is part of that, and I almost think Reese Fleury might be involved with this as well. I could be wrong on that, but there's a group of people out in upstate New York we're good friends with, and they do a lot of shows, and we like to help support that. North Shore Vintage Sleds is the name of the organization. So if you're in that area, be sure and patronize that show. I'm going to take a comment. Here we go. Dirk Seams is here saying, good evening from Otter Tail Lake, Minnesota. Nice to see you. Also, Eric from the Benedim YouTube channel. He's part of this. He says, it's not a show. It's strictly a ride. Thank you for clarifying that. We appreciate that. And Eric is involved with that as well. And that's with the Benedim YouTube channel. This podcast, it's one of the 8 places this podcast goes out to is the Benedim YouTube channel. We've got a great collaboration going with Eric over there, and we thank him for that. So before we get it back into looking at the Cruisers Snowfest show, we're going to play a clip from last year's crane show just to give you a sense of what that's about. Excellent show. Let's take a quick look at that. Let me cue it up.
Yeah, there's lots of shows going on across the country. I mean, you have ERX on in Minnesota. That's these Minnesota people. I hope that they're taking that in. That is a beautiful the Midwest ride in. There's vintage shows all over. So
vintage sleds is hot right now.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess you can't. I guess the trails aren't open. You really can't do that much riding, so you might as well attend the vintage shows.
Might as well
look into the past. I mean, where you came from,
Absolutely. Yeah. Midge and I often joke that right now it's the golden age of celebrating the golden age of snowmobiling.
It is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. Well, cool. Yeah. Let's play this clip from Cranes here. Well, hello, friends. We are here at the Cranes Snowmobile Show 2024. It's February 3rd, 2024, the 10th annual Cranes Vintage Snowmobile Show in Lancaster, New Hampshire at Cranes Snowmobile Museum, 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. Since it's the 10th annual show, they've pulled out all the stops to make it extra special, and we've got an extra special turnout today. This could be possibly the biggest turnout ever. As you can see, there's a sea of people and a sea of sleds, and it's kind of hard to get around with all the people and stuff, but we're going to do it anyway and try to give you a look at as many sleds as we possibly can. So let's get started. This is Phil Bell's Snowjet, 69 Snowjet. So these are Ed Stabbs and Jeff Mower's sleds, these here, huh?
I believe so, yeah. Ed's got that, what is this?
That TC?
I've never heard of that.
This one here?
Way up, that orange.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's very unique because the fiberglass cab is incorporated right into the metal of the chassis. So you can't remove the cab.
Interesting.
Yeah. Never seen anything like that. That's a 66, which is quite stylish for a 66 sled.
Yeah. Definitely.
I got to walking around with it, and I went to turn the throttle, the handlebars, the throttle caught right underneath my aunt and uncle's porch.
Oh, and it took off?
Brand new sled. My father was not a happy camper.
No. Crazy.
It was
Wow.
fun.
And it was just like this one, you say?
Yeah, same color, everything.
Wow. And as the owner of this, do you want to make any comments about it? Or?
Oh, it brings a smile to my face every time I ride them.
I'll bet it does.
Yeah. My husband started out riding these back in the 70s. Was the first
Nice.
he had. The 68.
68.
Yep. It's pretty
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah.
It is. It's in good shape.
Yeah, it's all original, not restored.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. You don't see these very often.
Yeah, the carryover.
That's amazing. I think that might be the first one I've seen in person.
The best behaved kids around.
Yes.
That all started out ordering the wrong size suit online. he gets them running and I clean them up.
Nice. Well, cool. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
So, yeah, we've been hanging out at the Crane Show in Lancaster, New Hampshire. And the reason we played this clip, of course, is next weekend, February the 1st, they're having the 11th annual Crane Snowmobile Show. You do not want to miss it if you're in the area. And Jeff, anything at this show catch your eye?
Oh yeah, there's just unbelievable. Again, the older Arctic cats there. Where do they find all these? Somebody had to store these someplace to get these, back out. There's another toboggan, and that Indian motor must have been a popular toboggan motor because I see that on a lot of the toboggans.
Yeah.
And every Skidoo tin cap I see has got a gallon gas can alongside the footwell because the gas tanks were in the front of the chassis and every one of them rusted out. So
Rusted out. Yeah.
Crazy.
But, beautiful sleds. I'm an Elon collector, so seeing those Elons, it's pretty neat.
Yes, for sure. In fact, next time you're on, I'll have to find, there's another clip where I don't know who it was, but someone brought a big Elan collection to the Crane Show a few years ago. I'll have to find that clip the next time you're on so you can see that. You'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't know how many I have, so that's a good thing.
Nice. Nice. And let's see, we've got tons of comments coming in here. Where were we? Trying to find where we left off. Oh, yes, here we go. Oh, Ned is here saying he's watching on Eric's channel, the Benedim channel. We appreciate that. Snow Crusher says, hello from Whiskey Ditch Relic Riders in Canada. Nice to see you. Eric at the Benedim YouTube channel says, thank you, Ned. Appreciate you. Cool deal. Oh, and John Spranger Jr. from Wisconsin is saying, I was in the Crane Museum 2 summers ago. Paul Crane is an awesome man and all of his history. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And Eric at Benedim says that 72 Blizzard Racer is nice. I know Eric's a big Ski-Doo guy. Yeah. Mike Whiteside says vintage will never die. I sure hope so. Or I sure hope not, I should say. Mad Dog says some big motor in that 245 sticking out of the hood. Yes. Oh, and that talking about that Caribou twin track, which was cool. And Rich Shad says late night at work, headed home for a long 4-day weekend. Good for you. I hope you're able to get some riding in. And Benedim says, Eric at Benedim YouTube channel says, even better, one of my all-time favorite sleds, the 65 Ski-Doo Olympic. As I'm typing this, a sweet Alpine popped up. So many awesome yellow sleds are there. Cool deal. John Spranger Jr. says, I like that front engine Arctic Cat with the throttle like a handbrake. Yes.
Yeah.
Todd McMillan says, I wish we had a show like that up in Canada where I could show off my 5 sleds. Yeah. And Ben Thomas says, always quality sleds at the Crane Show. Absolutely. Cannot go wrong with the Crane Show.
No.
And Joe Zenert is here, says, didn't see any Mercuries. I don't know that I did either now that you mention that.
No, I don't think so.
But, let me see. Ray Parento has some Mercuries. He's the guy with those Rups. If it was there, it might have been in with those Rups. Let me see.
Donnie Tibbetts has got a couple of Mercuries, too. I think he's got a Mercury Invader.
Yeah, and I don't see it in with those Rups, so maybe he didn't bring that year.
He didn't come that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That Alaskan, by the way, I think won Best of Show.
Yes, I think it did.
And the 72 Blizzard that gentleman just posted about, I think won best race sled.
Wow. Nice.
We got one of those hid on the shelf that we found in a barn. A friend of ours that used to race it. And it was just kind of a weird deal. Actually, I was at a small show and we were talking, and whatever happened to Rick's sleds? Well, everything got auctioned off after he passed away. Blah blah blah. And
yeah.
The other guy says, "Well, I'm going to call his kid once and see." And he called the kid up, and the kid says, "Well, there's something laying out here in the old barn." So he called me up. He says, "Come pick me up right away. We got to go look." Well, we were there like 8, 9 o'clock at night in the summer. I mean, a little light. I walked in the barn and I almost had a heart attack. I couldn't believe that sled that he raced was sitting in the back of the barn. Well, it didn't stay there that night. It came out of there. So.
Came home. You gave it a good home.
Oh,
good for you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So if you're just joining us, we've been looking at a few different things here, but one of the main things we've been looking at is some clips from the Cruisers Snowfest Show that happened this past weekend. Jeff shared some nice clips with me. We're going to look at another clip. We've got 2 more clips of that show, and then we're going to shift gears and look at the Tripar reunion. So let's take a look at one more clip here from that show.
Maybe we can see that Ward sled.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, we're looking at some sleds from the Cruisers Snowfest show that happened just last weekend. These images come to us courtesy of the man in the middle of the screen there on the left, Jeff Wesner. And yeah, thank you for that, Jeff. Anything you wanted to add to what we've been looking at here?
Go back to the beginning of that. I'll explain a little bit about those sleds with the independent front suspension there.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
That silver bullet there, there's a collector up there by the name of Ken Mueller. He takes these older sleds and updates them and puts newer style suspensions and front ends in them. This silver bullet has been at a lot of shows across the state of Wisconsin, and he's done very well with it. The next sled next to it there is a James Bond sled, and his next one there that has an Arctic Cat front end. That's a Scorpion, And
Wow.
I actually ran into him. We were riding at the ride-in at ERX, and he came along with that Scorpion, and I couldn't figure out what kind of sled that was, until I stopped and looked at it, because he put a full suspension in it. It's almost like a full updated Scorpion, and I've never seen a Scorpion that small. So he really is meticulous of what he does, and he probably has 25 very luxurious looking show sleds that he brings around, and
Beautiful.
he actually is the one who led the ride after the show. Took him out for a ride on the trails. They've got about 4 inches of base. The Mercury, I don't know whose that is, but that's the Snow Pro Mercury. I think it might be a little bit of a clone the more I look at it, but it's a beautiful sled too.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah.
Anything catch your eye, Midge?
Yeah, the first thing I was going to mention
Right there, maybe?
are those older sleds that had the IFS suspensions installed in them.
right.
Yeah.
These are the Polaris's you had on the podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, those Polarises are beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yes.
they are. He just, again, he's clear coated them and everything. The engines, I mean, wow, they're super looking.
Yeah.
He does a great job.
Beautiful.
And again, I'm supposed to tell you guys, they're all for sale.
Yes. And I think I may have his number up here. We can pop on the screen. I don't, and I apologize because I had it when he was on that I was popping on the screen, and I don't know what I did with it, and I apologize.
He said he had sent a video on that offset motor, and I told him if we could get together, I could probably do something for him too, because that's where we left off. We never really did get through that offset motor. We lost his Wi-Fi.
Yes, if you're able to help him with that, that would be enormously wonderful, because that's the one we all really wanted to look at. I know Rob and I were dying to see more on that and hear what the deal was on that, and yeah.
And then they call that 245 RV Skidoo is supposed to be the sexiest Skidoo sled there is. So I don't know.
I can't argue that. Yeah, I can't dispute that at all. That is a sexy, sexy sled.
Yeah, that's a beautiful sled.
It is, for sure.
They did some well engineering on that one when they built it, but
Yeah. That won a lot of races when it first came out, especially the smaller classes.
Sure.
The 250 and the 340, it pretty much cleaned up one year.
Yeah, the 340 was in the Moto Ski Sonic, and this was the 245. I ran a 245. I got pictures from Eagle River, and I actually crashed it my first weekend out in International Falls, Minnesota. So my father wasn't too happy with me.
Yeah, no doubt. Now we've got comments that have come in. Ned is saying he's making a road trip to New Hampshire Saturday for parts. He says he feels like he picked the wrong weekend because he won't be able to attend the Crane show. But do keep in mind that show in Newport Center is this Saturday. I don't know if that works as far as your plans, but it's right off I-91 near Newport, Vermont. Just jump on Route 100. That might be worth. I don't know if that's close to where your travels will be, but that might be a show worth checking out. And if you do, I'm planning to be there. Please be sure and look me up and say hello to me. I'll be walking around with a camera. Ned also says he's got 2 Elans, which is cool. Mike Whiteside says that 2003 James Bond Ski-Doo sled, futuristic at the time. Absolutely. That was cool to see that. And then, of course, Eric at Benedium, a big Ski-Doo guy, says that Silver Bullet is amazing. Top-notch craftsmanship went into that custom sled for sure. So let me remove this. And we've got one more clip to look at from that Cruisers show. I just got to get back to my place here. And then we're going to shift gears here. So let's take a look at that last clip from the Cruisers show, the Cruisers Snowfest. So yeah, looking at the sights and sounds of Cruisers Snowfest from last weekend out of Minnesota, and these images come courtesy of the gentleman in the middle of the screen there on the left, Jeff Wesner. And Midge, anything catch your eye on that?
Yeah, some beautiful sleds, a lot of old tin cab skidoos. That looks like a Polaris painted red there. Maybe Polaris built some sleds for another company like Homelight or something like that. I'm not sure, but
the last one is that Ward's machine. I don't know if that was built by Polaris or who was built that, but that
it looked like a Polaris chassis, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know they built sleds for different outfits, like Sears one year, and
I think this Wildcat here was I think, is that a Yukon Wildcat? If that's the Yukon Wildcat,
I think so.
That's what was used in the ads on Yamaha, something snowmobiler it was called. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but that was used in the ads, and they'd shoot that, and then they'd show the new Yamaha to show how, the difference in the sleds. So
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that TC.
Yeah. Yeah. A cute little sled.
I think those are all the ones still from
Yes.
Upper Menominee, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about sexy ski-doos, that one right there is really something.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's actually the 76. The 245 was a 75, and this was the 76 sled they came out for the consumer.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful sled.
So again, your race engineering pushed it on to the consumer sled. So
nice.
Thanks, Mike.
One sled you don't see very often in shows is Black Dot Skidoo.
Yeah.
Black Dot. Yeah. They were $399 Black Dot Skidoo are very rare.
Yeah. Boy, they're a hot sled.
Yep. They're good racing sled.
Yeah. That could be. Maybe they beat them to pieces and there aren't many left,
Sure. So let's see. We got a couple of comments, then we're going to shift gears. Mike Whiteside says, dang, I was in Eagle River last weekend. Wish I would have known about this. Yeah.
Yeah, we just finished up 2 weeks at Eagle River. 2 weeks ago was the vintage races, won by Blanchette, Supergirl out of Canada.
Yes.
And this last week was the regular World Championship, and we finished that up. It was very cold on Sunday. The only thing that I really, I can't remember exactly who won it, but they had a last chance race, and there was enough snow dust on the track. They ended up wrecking 6 sleds coming out of
they showed that.
That
was awful.
Quite a scary event. I'm glad to see everybody got up and walked away from that.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible. One guy slid down the track. I bet he slid a couple 100 feet.
Yeah, and it was just like you see out on the freeway, just one sled into the next, and
yeah.
So, but the snow dust does that,
Yeah.
Black dot.
Yeah, not good.
White out.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to shift gears. We got one last thing to look at. We're going to look at a clip that Jeff sent me from the Tripar 50th reunion event. And anything you want to discuss, Jeff, to set this clip up?
Well, I think that this is a Friday night clip. It was kind of a teaser into the show. This was quite history, 50 years of the Mercury Snow Twister. The original engineer was there. Tom was there, who was the relations person for support. The Hayeses were there. Ed Shabitsky was there. Brad Hewlings made the trip from out east, came to the show. Somewhere down the line, we'll try to get that interview to you. But it just was history making. Me and my brother put it together, brought it up there, started with the Tripar reunions, and just try to bring everybody together because we're losing these guys. We lost 3 of the race team guys in the last year. And it just so happened that Scott Abraham, who won the 250 USSA World Series and everything, that was his last deal. I mean, he went back home and he ended up with brain cancer and passed away on us. So, I mean, bringing these guys back together one more time to see each other and talk to each other, haven't seen each other in 40 or 50 years, was a great thing. So we take our pride in it. And we had some good video clips and stuff. So what I say, Mike, I don't know what you're going to see on exactly on this, but it's been a year and a half already. So take a look at it.
Yes, take a look.
Hi folks, my name is Mark Clemmer. I am a representative of the 519 racing team for Tripar, and today we're here to celebrate the life of Chuck Burns. Chuck and I had raced for probably 10 years together. Chuck raced in both USSA and SWSRA. He won championships in the 440 Stock D and the 400 Stock D. Chuck was the very first driver for Tripar. Him and Bubba Hoffman kind of started the whole thing, getting a hold of Ken Gall, and as the years went on, more and more drivers till we ended up with where we're at now with reunions, and Chuck was one of the starters for that too. So as the years went on, we just had more and more reunions, and as of this year, Chuck is no longer with us. We lost him last September, right after our last reunion. So here today, we're going to celebrate his life and what he's done for Tripar, and that's about it. Sure going to miss him. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Have a great time here at the reunion and the Merc Twister 50th anniversary. Have a great
Welcome, everyone, to the 50th anniversary of the Mercury Tripar Racers Reunion. 50 years of Mercury Snow Twisters, 73 to 2023. And we've got the best names here that you can find.
We are at the Hall of Fame in St. Germain, Wisconsin. Today will be a great day. We've got a lot of racers coming that used to race Mercury snowmobiles. And we're going to have memorabilia going on today, a lot of memories, a lot of sharing of old stories.
Yeah, the BS or the stories are going to fly high. We're going to have racers. We have Eddie Trubisky here. We got Doug Hayes that'll be here. I believe Brad Hewlings will be here. Mike Trapp is supposedly going to be here. Racers that have been racing on the Eagle River track and the circuit here in the Wisconsin WSA, or the USSA, I should say, not WSA, USSA, and in the area that brought snowmobiling to the heights that it is today.
Right, and our sponsors today are Snowstud, Snow, and Choke for the.
All we want to thank the golf family. Jeff and I put on display inside. We got to bring the independent racers to light in the Hall of Fame, and this is our big event to kick it off. So appreciate everybody coming out, and thank you. And this is a part of history.
Hey, we up here at St. Germain with Dick Walbright, one of the Tripar drivers in 1976. Picture of a sled, the famous green weenie. Yeah. So, and actually, he let me ride his sled, and I got to ride it to race to make it to the World Series. So, Dick,
yep.
What do you have your memories? Some of the good times.
When we went up to St. Paul, Minnesota, and we had that girl from up in northern Minnesota. She ran my sled. She raced Jerry's sled at where was that, Jerry? Shawano, yeah.
Governor's Cup.
Yeah, Governor's Cup. She ran for Shabitsky, but then something was wrong with his sled, so he ran ours. Yeah.
Super.
Hey, Jeff up here at St. Germain for the 50th anniversary of the Mercury Snow Twister. And look who I ran into. Brad Hewlings, one of the winningest Mercury drivers on the circuit in USSA in 76. In fact, I don't know what you had, number one bib later on?
Yeah, the year after this, I carried the number one to Polaris for my first year at Polaris with the number one.
So how did you end up on a Mercury?
Local dealer, right in my hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania. He was a big dealer for Merck back, in that area, and Merck asked him to find a driver for the '74 Snow Twisters, that one, I believe, and that's how I got my chance to ride Mercs.
Right. So you ran the Eastern Division some of the time, but you always came and took all the money away from us in the Central Divisions, correct?
In '76,
Yeah, 76.
Yeah. I didn't come out here until '76. I came out in '74 and ran a little bit, but then in '75 we stayed out east.
Super. Well, I appreciate all the great driving you did, and I raced against you once in a while. So, so when did you actually retire from racing the Snow Pro circuit?
The last year was with Ted Nielsen in 1989. Was our last time that we raced.
Super.
And we basically just ran the World Championship there for the last couple of years.
Super. Well, I appreciate you coming back to Wisconsin here. Sit down, have a nice interview with us, and you have a great weekend.
Okay, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. We're back at the Hall of Fame for the 50th anniversary of the Mercury Snow Twister and Independent Racers Reunion. I have with me today Craig Marchbanks. He's the president of the Hall of Fame. Craig, welcome. Thank you for having us here today.
Thanks, Jeff, very much, man. You're always welcome here. What a place to have the 50th reunion. Nothing better than have it, the Hall of Fame with all the history we have here, all the Mercuries we have here, and no, it's fantastic.
Great. I'm just glad that we came and this worked out, and we brought in some drivers and stuff, and I hope you guys have a good day.
We'll have a great day. Beautiful day. Mother Nature's kind to us for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig, and have a great one. Hi, we're at St. Germain. I get to interview my own brother in his sled from 1975, and he raced on the USSA circuit. So, Jerry, tell us about the 3510 sled.
The 3510 sled was I was a number one basic driver in the ovals for the Tripar team in '75. Replaced Chuck Burns, who started in '74. Got introduced to the Tripar through grass drag racing. They're looking for an oval driver. This is the sled that Ken Gall from Tripar got me. It's a 340 stocker. It was very competitive. Jeff ran it in the junior class, and it was a lot of fun back in the days. It was like having a family reunion every weekend.
All right, thanks. Like I said, I got the joy of being able to drive it too, so it was a great time.
Yeah, he drove it, I fixed it.
Yeah. Back up here at St. Germain, I'm with Scotty Abraham. He definitely a 250 rider. He took this sled to the USSA Championship in 1976. Scott, what do you got to say about your old sled?
This is fantastic, being up here and seeing the old sled again and being part of this.
It's a great deal. Like I say, we brought everybody together. We want everybody to share memories of what went on during those years of racing. Again, 50 years ago. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming, Scotty.
Thank you. It's an honor. Alexandria, Minnesota, and when we needed them to slow down or to stop, we opened the door and hang the towel out the side of the door, and that was their cue.
So that's what you guys did, is you rolled down the highway fixing the motor to go to the next day's races after racing on Saturday. To go
And then the next day we won this.
The Racers Reunion at the Hall of Fame in St. Germain. We're going to talk to Doug a little bit. He's on one of his old sleds he used to race. Doug, explain to us the sled that you got here and what you're doing here today.
Well, this is the 50th year of the Mercury Snow Twister that Lyle Forstner created in 1974. And this is, they ran the serial numbers, and this sled belongs to Gord Chester now, and it's my 340 76 Snow Pro sled is what it came back as. And obviously, through the years, other people have changed the hood, decals and skis and stuff. But other than that, it's the real deal. Everything else on it is for sure the real deal. We got a one-off special rear skid in it that we were testing at the end of the year. Things like that there.
So was it a good sled? Was it a Victoria sled? Or?
Yeah, it was a good sled, and we're just talking about it, which one I did the best on. We had a 250, a 340, and a 440, and I don't recall the exact numbers, but we did good on all of them. We're very competitive all the time with all the sleds. Yeah.
We appreciate your time, and thank you for coming to the Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you, Jeff, you and Jerry and Dan Giannetti. You guys have done a fantastic job, and Jeff and Kay Gall putting this all together. I've been to their reunion the last 3 years. It's been fantastic. We got so many of the guys from back in the day that we raced with and against. It's just super fun to visit with everybody again.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Good day. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
So yeah, we've been looking at some video clips from the Tri-Par reunion, the 50-year reunion, come courtesy of Jeff Wesner, the gentleman in the middle there on the left. Anything to add to that, Jeff?
Wow, it's hard to watch that. That Scotty Abraham interview there, that was pretty much his last interview right there. That's Scotty
right
Abraham. He took that Mercury to the World Series. He won the Central Division with that and the World Series with that. It's pretty sad, but the story he tells there is that raced up in Alexandria, Minnesota, and he had to race the next day down in southern Wisconsin, and they blew the motor up. So they repaired the motor on the drive from Alexandria, Minnesota down to Monroe, Wisconsin. And, of course, they pulled a little bit illegal. They rode in the trailer rebuilding it, and his mom and dad drove the truck. And when they needed him to stop, like to put the gaskets together or whatever, they'd hang a towel out the side of the trailer door, and that would tell his dad to pull over to the side of the road so they could get the gaskets seated and everything and then go again. That was one of his big stories. And, gosh, I mean, it's just so great of the stories that come back. And the people who were there, Brad Hewlings and Hayes, and that last picture there on the end of the deal was all the drivers that raced Mercury's, the last one, where we were all standing together. Just before. Right there. That was a picture of all the race drivers, that had run Mercury's at the time. And not all Tri-Par drivers, but had run Mercury's at the time. And like I say, I don't think it'll ever happen again. There's one guy in there, Sport Ditbender. He's in kind of in the middle there. He's just a local farmer that got on a Mercury and he won everything. He had the number one bib after 76. So
that's amazing.
It's just amazing, and I'm so glad that me and my brother worked this out and got this together. I mean, like I say, we're losing guys. It's never going to happen again. I mean, Mercury's gone, Vintage shows is all there is.
Yeah, it's amazing you're doing that, keeping it alive.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Midge, reactions to this?
Yeah, no, and that's the reason why we did the Hall of Fame. I wish we'd have done it sooner because we've lost 4 or 5 people now since they were inducted. Now, I was just going to mention that number 35 that Brad raced. he raced it here at Lancaster in '76, and
he ran most of the Eastern Division. The only time you ever come out here by us is to take our money.
Yeah, I've got photos of him lined up here at Lancaster, and J.R. Tozier was a Mercury driver, and Paul Lamontagne, and those guys were all lined up. Unfortunately, that happened to be the weekend that Gilles Villeneuve showed up with his IFS Scarroux and cleaned the boys up in all three classes.
Brad's kind of a quiet guy, but when you get him alone and start talking snowmobiles, he really opens up. I mean, otherwise he's kind of a man to himself. He's always thinking about it, whatever he's up to. But hopefully, you guys will get him in the Hall of Fame.
He's definitely one of the best snowmobile racers that ever lived.
Yep,
there's no question.
Yeah,
and I'll say a hell of a competitor. I mean, I used to line up against him, and of course, as you can tell, I'm a big statured guy, so racing against him. But we give him a run for his money. But boy, when he showed up here in Wisconsin, we pretty much knew where all our money was going to be going.
He was ready to win, and he sure did well on those little Polarises.
Yeah, one of the things the promoter for Mercury said that is Brad would be on the phone during the week. He ran a 440 also, and he'd be on the phone during the week trying to find different ways to make things better, and he never quit. He always was looking for a way to make things faster, just like
he was a good clutch guy.
Yep.
Yeah, he knew his clutches.
Well, you keep that video, Mike, handy. You keep that video there, Mike, handy, because down the years in the road, that hopefully that'll be worth something to show the Mercury Snow Twister 50 years. Some of the drivers and some of the top names that ran it. You're more than welcome, Mitch, to run that at your out at your Hall of Fame if you want to use it for.
That'd be cool. Yeah, JR and Paul, boy, they'd love to see that. Because they raced against some of these guys.
Yep.
Yes.
Especially Brad.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. And what I'm planning to do, Jeff sent me some interviews, and they were doing kind of a presentation where different people were speaking. I'm going to try to put that together into a long form video to air some Sunday night. I've got to work out a few details on that, but Jeff and I will figure that out behind the scenes. And at some point on a Sunday night, we will be airing that, and I'll try to announce it on the podcast when that's coming. As it gets closer, as we get that worked out. We thank Jeff for this footage for sure. And once we get that long form presentation worked out, I'll put it on a DVD for Paul and JR and anyone else, who's curious about Mercury.
Yeah. One last thing I'm going to show you behind me here is this is a list of all the Tripar drivers that were on the independent team over the course of the 3 years that it was run. 74, 75, and 76. So
huge team.
But we were all kind of independents, but we were supported by Tripar,
right?
In some points of it and stuff. So I mean, there's guys I haven't seen. TJ Patrick's on here. The Goodwins are on here. Jeff and Greg Goodwin, but Tripar supplied the sleds to us, worked with us along with Mercury's. Their own Mercury people, Tommy Weinert was the one that he worked with us all, made sure we had the right parts, right engines. There was a story told that I keep forgetting the guy's name from Minnesota, but anyways, he won the race at Eagle River, and he came across the finish line. The motor blew up, and he, didn't race Mercuries a lot and stuff. He had spent his last dollar to buy this Mercury, and we were telling Tommy Weiner about it, and Tommy walked over, and this is in some of the other video clips. He walked over to him and says, give me your address. You'll have a new motor on Tuesday.
Wow.
So he shipped him a motor up to Minnesota to be raced. So that's the kind of the familyness there was in the Mercury racing teams.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Super.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And as we're winding this down, I'm popping comments up on the screen. And we appreciate everyone viewing tonight and sharing their comments and thoughts and interacting with us like this. To me, that's what makes it so much fun, is the interactive part of it, where people can ask questions and make comments, and we can react to it in real time. It just makes it so much fun, and it creates more of a stronger sense of community for the vintage snowmobile crowd, that we can interact like this and have a little community going on. But
I don't want to take anything away from you, Mike, but I know the Vintage Quarterly Magazine sponsors you, and Mike Crone is one of the editors for them. He runs a Facebook page called Vintage. It's a vintage shows is what it is, and there's vintage shows every week. There's like 25 of them this weekend. It makes it hard to even decide where you want to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to really put a plug out, but I mean, it's a neat.
No, please do. Yeah.
Site. It's a neat little site where you can go to see where their show's at, and there's shows come in from New York to his site and from Canada and all over. So if you're looking for a show to go to, let's patronize these people, and let's see these old sleds flourish in the years to come.
Oh yeah,
definitely. And you're saying that's on Facebook?
Yes.
So searching for what, vintage snowmobile shows, or what?
I think vintage. I can't remember exactly what vintage snowmobile events or something like that it's called. And he takes all that come in and puts them in lines up by week, and then he puts them out. So
that's amazing. Neat. We need a resource like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
And just a few last comments here. I'm going to pop them up. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone for these great comments. We appreciate it. And some of them I got popped twice, but it's easy to lose my place going through these comments. So I'd rather put something twice than to miss one.
Well, if you're a Mercury fan, hopefully you got something out of it, because that video really hits home. It makes me kind of sad to see, I know it's gone. I don't think there'll ever be another reunion like that.
Yeah. So, it's true. Every year that passes, it just the clock is ticking for all of us to enjoy this vintage stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Mike.
Yeah,
there's only one.
What? Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say there's only out of the original 4 that we inducted in 2017, there's only one guy left.
Wow. Yep. That's why you need it. You got to preserve that history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were going to say something, Jeff?
No, I would say thank you, and the great job on the video clips tonight, and appreciate all you do for the vintage world out there. And we'll keep trying to send you some stuff to keep the show, interesting in what's going on. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime we can arrange it. Yeah, anytime you've got something to share, please be in touch as you have. Always pleasure to have you on. You give us a great glimpse of what's going on in the Midwest and helps to round things out. And same for Midge as well.
Nobody does more for this sport out here than Mike does.
Well, thank you.
There you go.
I appreciate it. We sure try anyway.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
And everybody knows it.
Sure. Well, thank you.
Whether they say anything or not, they all know
it. Sure. Well, I appreciate
Thanks
that.
for everybody watching. That's the greatest.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you to Jeff, to Midge, all the viewers.
Yep. You got to have the viewers, or this,
It's true. Without the viewers, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't sustain.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're doing it for them,
Yes.
Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah. And a few more quick comments, and then we're going to give the last word to Amsoil here in just a couple of seconds. But yes, good evening, everyone. We'll catch up with you all next week. And as always, the last word goes to Amsoil. Have a good evening, everyone.
Have a good one, everybody.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click checkout now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters, free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.